So if we always feel the need to be motivated to do something, then I would strongly suggest that we have some introspection and decide whether or not if we have the value of whatever the task or the activity is. Because again, if you feel the need to always be motivated for something, then your perceived value of that task really isn't there. What's going on, everybody? Hey, it's Hopper. We got another video
You know, but it's, you know, it's like,
What's going on, everybody? Hey, it's Hopper. We got another video coming at you. Of course, we got the Ultimate Warrior. We got Brutus in the house. The topic for this video will be motivation. Yes, this topic needs to be discussed for many reasons. One of which, the idea of motivation is everywhere. It's on Instagram. It's on YouTube. People discuss it all the time. Oh, I need to get motivated. I need to get motivated. And let's first define motivation. If we take this psychology book right here by David G. Myers, it states that motivation is a need or a desire that energizes behavior and directs it towards a goal. Okay, fair enough. However, that definition is extremely vague and it's moderately indirect. And I am here to claim that motivation does not exist. It is not a thing, for lack of a better word. The idea of motivation is a cover-up of sorts. And we discuss it all the time. Oh, I need to get motivated. I need to get motivated to do something. No, you don't. And what it actually represents is a perceived value versus a cost. And that's all it is. And we can demonstrate that with a graph that actually looks like a teeter-totter. If we're here, and if we have a triangle and a line, on this side, if we have perceived value, and on this side we have cost. And cost can represent time, money, energy, or effort. It could even be competency, if we need to know how to do something. These are the costs. And over here again is the perceived value. If we allegedly become motivated to do something, that demonstrates that the perceived value of whatever task it is, whether if it's we go to the gym or if we go to Sunday morning wrestling at Easton Training Center Boulder at 10 a.m., or if we go to work, that perceived value needs to be higher than the cost. So it would look like this. So the graph would illustrate that the perceived value of whatever the cost is higher. So anytime that we go to the gym or we go to work, we understand that the perceived value is higher than the cost and or the time, the money, the energy, the effort that it takes to accomplish that task. If an individual is not motivated to do something, then of course the graph looks like this. Again, this could be the idea of if we sat around all day and just watched movies on Netflix, watched a little Breaking Bad or
yes, science!
Rocky IV. So if someone says, oh, I need some motivation, I always need motivation to go work out, I always need motivation to go to school. No, you don't. That individual just knows that the perceived value of that task to go to work, to go to school, is lower than what the cost is. And that's all it is. So if we always feel the need to be motivated to do something, then I would strongly suggest that we have some introspection and decide whether or not if we have the value of whatever the task or the activity is. Because again, if you feel the need to always be motivated for something, then your perceived value of that task really isn't there. And this is actually how sales and business works. Back to the idea of Instagram and YouTube, we always see all this nonsense of how to grow a business and how to scale a business and gain more customers and have fancy advertisements that you can click on the top right of the screen and funnels and whatnot. No, all it is perceived value is higher than the cost. The PV is up here and the cost is down here. It would be similar to the In-N-Out restaurant where the line is literally out the door. And the people that visit that restaurant, the perceived value of that product is higher than the costs. So the next time that you or anyone else feels the need to be motivated to do something, think about what type of value that task represents to you. If the value really isn't there, then maybe it's not that important to you. And I can understand that can be a difficult conversation to have with yourself, to really align with what you find is valuable. The idea of discipline is often accompanied by this notion of motivation.
You kids are soft. You lack discipline.
And yes, that is true. To stay disciplined and do something regardless how you feel is critical. But if we always feel the need to be motivated to do something, then perhaps that task really isn't of value to you. So something to think about. Motivation, it's not a real entity. It's just the idea of perceived value versus costs. And every day, whatever it is that we do, if we trade time and effort and energy for some sort of task, then we have that value of whatever that task is. And we could make the argument that we basically live our lives every day and move that teeter-totter back and forth versus what we find valuable versus what the too high of the costs are. So that's it for this video. For those of you that have any questions, please feel free to send me an email, or about any other topic that I've discussed in my previous videos. Leave comments below, like this video, subscribe for more content, and we will see you next time. You can interact a little more next time. High five. That's a low five.